Welcome to the Skyrim Mod Lexicon.
And choose where your new life shall begin.
New Beginnings by Flow27. Let's face it, nobody who's played the game wants to go through that long Helgen intro when starting a new game. That's why Arthmore made the mod Alternate Start Live Another Life. That mod alone adds over 20 alternate starts to the game, which can really help with immersion and role-playing. Using the extension framework laid down by Arthmore, Flow27 has so far added 12 additional new beginnings. You can start as an addict in a skooma den, an adventurer in a Dwemer ruin, an alchemist camping in the wilderness. You can even start from the very bottom as a simple beggar. You can be that person who ran away during a dragon attack near Ancient Ascent. Start in a jail. Be a monk at a temple, a pilgrim at one of the many different shrines. Be a prisoner of the Thalmor. Want to be a warlock or a witch in a secluded lair? Got you covered. Reanimate in a graveyard after being killed by a vampire. And my personal favorite from this mod, start as a werewolf in Frostmoon Crag as part of Majni's pack. All of these examples and more are included in the mod, and seamlessly integrated into Live Another Life to give the player even more choice than before. It's mods like these that keep bringing players back to a modded game saying, what the hell, what's another playthrough? Horses Revamped by DServant. With Horses Revamped, DServant sought to not only remodel the horses of Skyrim, but to go a step further and create unique animations for them as well. There are new idle, movement, walking, and even turn animations not found in the vanilla game. It's difficult to show or describe, it's more of something you feel as you ride around. Things definitely feel smoother and faster, similar to the horse riding found in The Witcher 3. The new remodeled horsetails even have HDT physics. Keep in mind, you don't need a custom skeleton for this kind of HDT, just the SKSE plugin. Some additional features include increasing the horse running speed, stamina, and stamina regeneration compared to vanilla. The mod is compatible with convenient horses, immersive horses, and realistic running speed with the right load order. One last thing to mention is that unique horses like Shadowmere and Arvak won't have the meshes but will use the new animations if you want them. If you like the animations but don't want the model changes, you can choose one or the other under the optional files section. I, for example, really like the new animations and think the new horses look great, but I prefer the bulkier horses for Skyrim's harsh environment. It's just my preference though. Svaalbard Estate by, Svaalbard. Svaalbard, better known as Insane Oflex on YouTube, is a prominent Skyrim mod reviewer who's been around since the early days of Skyrim modding. His latest mod, Svaalbard Estate, is a humble little home he's created for his battle mage character. You'll find all the essential crafting stations for enchanting, alchemy, smithing, cooking, and wood chopping as well. There's a lot of attention to detail in the interiors without going overboard with the clutter. You'll find a couple weapon racks, some bookshelves you can actually store books in, a wardrobe, and several more places for storage, including a large loot chest by the front door. The main bedroom is downstairs, as well as all 10 shrines for the divines. Yes, all 10. While unfortunately this is a Stormcloak themed home, nothing a little console commands can't fix. Yep, much better. Anyway, it's a nice little cozy home in Rorikstead, and I highly recommend you check it out, as well as checking out Insane Oflex's channel on YouTube. He does mod showcases for Skyrim, The Witcher, and Fallout 4 in the near future. Alacrity and Mordant by Billyro. 2 new swords by a master of minimalistic blades. Much like with Billyro's other swords, you can't craft Alacrity, but you can find it inside Cliffside Retreat, just south of Dragon Bridge. Once you find the sword, you can take it to any forge and craft it into a 2-handed version, or back to a 1-handed version as long as you have the original blade. The textures are 2K, but there is an optional 4K version available as well. If you want to save VRAM, be sure to stick to the 2K version, and honestly, they both look great. My personal favorite part of this sword has to be the crossguard though, which gives off some nostalgic Legend of Zelda Master Sword vibes. It also comes with a unique sheath and support for dual sheath redux under the optional files section. Now on to Mordant. Your search for Mordant will take you to the volcanic tundra. Mordant will be laying atop of a crate with a book and some soul gems as well. This can be found on the other side of the Eldergleam Sanctuary and northwest of the Atronax Stone. Just like with Alacrity, you can take this to any forge and alternate it between a 1-handed version or a 2-handed version as well. The textures look great, and I think they look even better with the optional worn textures under the optional files section. Along with the unique sheath, this also has dual sheath redux support just like Alacrity. From the sheath to the blade itself, this is another great minimal blade by Billyro, and I'm looking forward to the next one. Wendys Garden by MukiAledori. As told by Muki, the mod author, the story goes that a woman named Wendy often left home at first light, making the long walk to her favorite spot in the tundra. It's there she tended the flowers and herbs that she loved so dearly, and in time, she collected and cultivated quite an impressive variety. This nice little mod adds a point of interest landmark between Fort Greymoor and the Sleeping Tree Camp close to Whiterun. It's one of those mods that is seamlessly integrated into the game and really feels like something special Bethesda themselves wanted you to stumble across. It's a beautiful and relaxing little area that I highly recommend you check out. Especially with the right combination of mods, this little haven is worth revisiting time and time again. I really look forward to more points of interest from this relatively new mod author, and I hope you show them some love on the Nexus. Camera-directed head tracking by Hyrule19. Similar to an old mod called player head tracking, this new mod uses all new code and is simpler in practice. Camera-directed head tracking was made mostly for use with immersive first-person view, but can be used by anyone in third person. Your character's head will now move in the direction of where you look with your mouse or your gamepad as opposed to staying static in the vanilla game. You can toggle the mod on and off by pressing the V key, and this is good if you're looking at characters in third person for screenshots. So if you're looking for newer alternatives to player head tracking, check this out and leave some feedback for how to improve the mod. I'd like to see some NCM options in future updates, and if possible, some more support for other first-person mods like Enhanced Camera. Emily the Strange by Psychoslaphead. Reading up on how to make people disappear, Emily the Strange can be found in the College of Winterhold. This is a little goth girl follower who not only hates people, she barely tolerates you. She loves black cats and can even summon one to aid her in combat. She's not very strong, so you'll have to tank for her while she provides some support with archery, magic, and healing. She fittingly has a pitch-shifted voice of the female condescending voice type, and the mod author is still working on scripting some more lines for her to say. Emily the Strange was originally an advertising mascot created by Rob Rieger, who helped design her in 1991. She was originally used for skate shops, clothing lines, and more in Santa Cruz, California. She can now be found in film, successful video games, and Dark Horse comics. I really enjoyed this unique little follower, her snarky remarks, and I'm a sucker for little cats with the battle prowess of a saber cat. I mean, look at it. True Meeko by Tahira. Using True Wolves of Skyrim as a base, mod author Tahira has created a nice replacement for the vanilla dog named Miko. Miko was previously a really dull-looking dog follower with a pretty depressing recruitment process. You literally follow the dog to its dead owner in a shack. Spoiler alert. While gaining Miko is still depressing, at least he looks different from all the other dogs, and he looks much better. The mod author has kindly provided 6 different variants of textures at 2K, as well as 1K to save some VRAM on lower end systems. In addition to the new textures and model, the mod makes Miko a bit stronger and removes the previous level 25 cap so that he can level with you. He is essential, and unlike the original Miko, he won't negatively affect the player's stealth anymore. All in all, you can't go wrong with this mod, and it'll have a permanent spot in my load order. Climates of Tamriel, PSA. The last thing I have for you today is not a mod, but a reminder that Climates of Tamriel is getting a major update November 7th. The mod author of Climates of Tamriel retired ages ago, but I noticed that they came back a few months ago. He started posting updates in his sticky comments and on Facebook. Every month there'd be a progress report or some sort of update for 5.0. So mark it on your calendar or track the mod page because it's going to be worth checking out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next Lexicon.